Hi everyone, this is my first tutorial, so let's see if you find it useful. I want to talk about Panasonic Lumix GH4 and the problems with the micro HDMI port. So just to get the disclaimer out of the way, I will not be liable for any consequences if you would follow my tips. I use this port on the one hand for live streaming and also to preview the shots. For that, by the way, I use a capture device that I hook up to my MacBook Pro. So I broke the port. No idea what I did because I'm really careful with this nice camera, but still it happened. I had it repaired here in the Netherlands and it set me back 190 euros, 190. So it works again, but I read all the recommendations that you want to really protect the port. So how to do it? Well, what do you need? You need the GH4 camera, obviously. You need a cage like this one. I will put the link to order a cage like that in this under this video. The cage includes a so-called HDMI clamp. That's the one that you see right here. I'm going to talk about that later. It's included. You need a HDMI converter that goes from a male micro HDMI to a female full HDMI. I will put a link for that too. You could also apply some hard foam. This is just a tip that I saw elsewhere. And then in the end you need a regular HDMI cable just to go male to male to hook it up to a capture device, TV, etc. Or your preview monitor. You're going to need an extra screw that I mounted right here. I'm going to talk about that too. I think that's useful. And before you start, you want to unpunch this punch thingy right here. That's the one that you use to fixate your dial, you know, between a manual or movie mode, etc. It's not so easy to unpush it once the cage is on. So you make sure it is not locked in that way. Then you need to try on how to best fit in the clamp. But first of all, you put in this extra screw here. Sorry about that. Yeah, there we go. It is in the second hole from the bottom. You put it in on the inside, and I'm using it to keep this rubber door open. Otherwise, I was afraid that it will still push against the HDMI converter and have some strain that you don't want. So you put in this screw, you slide your camera into the cage, all the while making sure that you push right here, that you push the rubber door away with the screw. Then you fixate the cage right here and also right here. First, of course, do it loosely, then adjust, and then firmly. You can still fold out the back screen, not so easily, because, well, you need some, I don't know, fingernails or something, but it still comes open. Then you start fiddling with the clamp and the foam. And the foam is just a little extra to give the converter some support underneath. Now what the clamp does, it on the one hand, let me explain that. One element, the one that goes over the top, pushes the converter that way. The other element pushes against the converter that way. So from left and from the right, you fixate it. And underneath it's more or less helped or supported by this little piece of hard foam. Yeah, that's the result. So let me show you some of that foam, just to give you some idea of what you could use. I have no idea where it was, what it was intended to do originally, but it's got some little paper here. So where there's some glue, if you take the paper off. I cut it to about, it's a little too thick for me now. So I cut off a little piece. The size of the piece that I cut off is, you can see it's right here. I would say about 2.5 millimeters I cut off from this. Yeah, what else can I tell you? With the foam, if you really want to do it even more perfectly, you should make sure that the foam does not really extend where I now have my finger. Right there. Because if it does not extend, which it now does, let me open the fold out again. It's not so easy as you can see, but maybe I'm being too careful. So now it will touch the foam right here, as you can see, right where my finger is. So yeah, you could cut away some more foam and fold this one out even further to the front. Well, then you have hooked it up, and well, I rather quickly got a picture when I was putting the camera in playback mode, playing back photos and videos. But I was kind of disturbed because I didn't get a live view. So what I had to do, I had to go into the menu, and it is in the video part of the menu. You go to page 4 out of 7, and then you have the item HDMI rec, recording rec output. And there you have to make some settings first, depending on the device that you're going to hook up to the HDMI, 4K or not, etc. But that's not enough. I had to toggle the recording settings. So I'm in Europe, so I had the camera in PAL in 50p or in 50 resolution. But that was still not enough. I had the recording settings on HD or Full HD. I think 100 or 200 megabits is nothing really extreme, but I had to toggle it back and forth, and now I set it for the moment on 50 megabit recording, and then it worked. So yeah, you can access those if you haven't modified your quick menu. Just access your recording settings through the quick menu, and just to fiddle a bit with them back and forth, and then the output right here, full HDMI, should work. All right, thanks for watching, and good luck. Keep protecting those ports, because like I said, I was really careful with my camera always and everywhere, and it just broke off. So this will mean for me that I will never take this cage off again. And yeah, just go from there. Thanks for watching.